Happiness begins with no longer being afraid. This is what 9-year-old Thomas learns as the action unfolds in the Book of Everything, to be happy. But that's no easy task in a world full of oppression, fear, abuse and religious fanaticism. Thomas's wild imagination helps him cope with a difficult reality. Hasn't the water in the aquarium suddenly been transformed into blood? And haven't millions of frogs suddenly gathered outside the house and started pouring in through the letterbox? Guus Kuijer was born in 1942 and grew up in Amsterdam. He made his debut as an author in 1973 and has since published over 30 books for children and young adults, most of them written for readers in their early teens. The Book of Everything is the work that Guus Kuijer considers his most important. Several of his books have been adapted for film or television. A recurring theme is how the protagonists, often strong-willed girls, deal with the problems and conflicts in contemporary society. 11-year-old Polica's parents are separated, and her father is a drug addict. She is in love with a Moroccan boy who has an old-fashioned view of women, and best friends with a girl whose biological father is gay. Kuijer never moralizes. He merely lets Polica observe the world in her own way, enabling the reader to do likewise. The Polica series proved to be Kuijer's major breakthrough. Another example of a strong-willed protagonist is the outspoken 9-year-old Daisy, the main character in Kuijer's debut work, Daisy's New Head. The Daisy series ran to 5 books and was a great success. One of the most noteworthy titles in the series is the multiple award-winning Scratches on the Tabletop, in which Daisy tries to find out why nobody liked her late grandmother. Readers glimpse a woman who was never able to adapt to convention and the traditional role of wife and mother. Fantasy meets reality in the story of 10-year-old Florian. A sparrow takes up residence one day in Florian's red hair, but it soon turns out that the sparrow actually lives in the hair of an old lady with dementia. What can Florian and his classmate Katia do to help her? Florian realizes that there are some problems that adults have to fix for themselves, but that friendship across the generational divide is both possible and rewarding. A fundamental respect for the child permeates Guus Kuijer's literary output. He addresses children with the same degree of seriousness and openness as adults, and does not avoid difficult subjects. The consistent message is one of tolerance, understanding, and unprejudiced broad-mindedness. Kuijer's commitment extends not only to social issues, but also to religious issues. His protagonists are open to existential experiences, and occasionally enter imaginary worlds that are just as genuine as the real world. He combines his lack of prejudice and his intellectual acuity with deep philosophical insight and great aesthetic sensibility. In recognition of his humanistic attitude and his unique ability to combine true gravity and razor-sharp realism with warmth, subtle humour, and visionary flights of fancy, Guus Kuijer is receiving the Astrid Lindgren Memorial Award for 2012.